How would you assess the development in the quarterback battle so far?
I think it's been really well. I think it's been going really well. I think that we've all made major strides, and I think you've seen today, especially in the first half of the scrimmage, the ones, the twos, the threes, regardless of the quarterback who was in and out, the offense moved the ball great. So I think that's a big thing. You could have the prettiest ball, you could have the strongest arm, but quarterback's all about keeping the ball safe and driving the team down the field. So I think that all of us do that really, really well, and it's really exciting for the offense.
How do you think you performed personally?
I think I performed pretty well. I kept the ball out of harm's way, had a good sustained drives, and there's a couple, it's thud tempo, so there's a couple little minute things that could happen with it being thud and it being live, such as maybe instead of a hip tag being a tackle, or Jaden Ott probably not getting tackled by a safety or one of our receivers, playmakers, or vice versa. So it's really hard to assess, like super accurate, but I think I did well, move the ball down the field and protected the ball, and that's something I've worked a lot on this entire spring and summer. So I've been really happy with that.
Do you expect to be the starter?
I think all of us expect to be the starter. I mean, I think it'd be silly not to. I mean, CJ came in from Ohio. He played, I believe he played a couple games there. Chandler, it's his last year. Then I'm the returning starter from last year, and I believe that we all have a good shot. Evidently, you're asking me, so I believe in myself. I see all the work I put in, but I've only been playing football for so long. Only college football. This is my third year, so I'm still considered a young player. Coach Blesh and Coach Gilbert, they've been coaching college football for 20 plus years. So you have to ask them on that. They know a lot more than I do, but whatever it is, we're on the phone with one of Coach Gilbert's old quarterbacks, Flowers from USF, and he was a huge guy he's from down where I'm from Miami, I believe from Miramar. Yeah, from Miramar. And yeah, he came and told us basically on FaceTime, he was like, hey, one day at a time, one play at a time, dissect the defense and have fun. So that's all I'm trying to do right now is just live by those things and take it day by day.
What's the difference having a dedicated QB coach like Coach Gilbert working with you?
I think it's great. I think people underestimate how efficient and effective it is to have an O-line coach as an offensive coordinator. Evidently, you never know till you know. In the end of the season, you could always play Monday morning quarterback with different roles and different coaches, how they do. Same with players. Like, hey, how did this player do this season? You have your projections. But I think Coach Blesh is an amazing offensive coordinator. And the heart of the offense is not the quarterback, it's not the running back, it's not the tight end, receivers. It's the O-line. If you have a great O-line, then you have a great offense. You see it with a ton of different offenses across the country, all the top teams with how much time per second or per millisecond or they give the quarterback, are usually the top ranked teams, and whoever has the best run blocking grade in PFF, like Michigan, they won the national championship. So a lot has to do with the O-line, and I credit that a lot to Coach Blesh, and it's really good to have the passing game element with Coach Gilbert because he can be in there with us all the time. So, and they both have worked really, really well together. So.
Now on 10 days into practice here, it's kind of the important part. How would you assess how you played this week and how you performed this week?
I performed well this week. We had a little bit of a change of pace in the middle of the week where we went to afternoon practice with the spiders that we haven't done in a while. But other than that kind of hiccup in the week, I'd say I performed very, very well and just keep on going and making strides day by day. If I see the first day from fall camp to day 10 today, there's been a lot of improvements, and I've been really happy how I've been keeping the ball safe and moving the team down the field.
I think this is a few days in a row where none of you had any interceptions. That's got to be a good feeling amongst the quarterback room.
Yeah. I think that's definitely a good feeling. Quarterbacks, I mean, like Coach Blesh said, we're going to push the ball down the field, so it's silly to think that we're not going to have one turnover in the entire offense throughout the entire season. But I think it's a testament to Coach Gilbert and all the coaches of really instilling that good ball security, because we were one of the worst teams of ball security last year's in offense, and I take ownership in my part because when I went in for last season, young player, I turned the ball over quite a lot, and that's something I've been really working on, so I'm really proud of seeing myself and all the other quarterbacks.
What did you think of Ben Marshall's catch down here?
Ben Marshall. So, love Ben Marshall. It's one of my guys. The tight ends are doing a thing where they're not shaving for fall camp. And they wear jerseys, basketball jerseys, and he always wears a Cole Kmet jersey. And Ben Marshall doesn't grow facial hair on the front end, but he only grows the sideburns. So we call him Elvis. So, I mean, Elvis, he made a great catch. It was like an OBJ, and and you see how much everyone loves Ben. Everyone on the sideline erupted like we just won on a game-winning field goal or something. So it was great seeing Ben Marshall, aka Elvis, with that one-handed grab, and yeah, it's just showing he's developed a lot and really good player for us this year.
You've been in similar shoes to Belai and EJ. As a young player, what was it like to kind of see them get in their life?
Yeah, so seeing Belai and EJ, I mean, they're both my guys, and although we're like not similar age, they're 2 years younger than me, but like still like we all hang out a lot outside of football and in football, and seeing the quarterback go live with EJ kind of reminisced to my old past when I went live in my first fall camp and I got blasted by one of my good friends, DJ Jackson, right here on like the 20, and then we had the last play of the game where I got hit and I threw it. And so that kind of gave me some reminiscent thoughts right there, and seeing Belai sling it, I mean, they both look really, really good. I was really proud of Belai, the way that he spun it around different areas of the field. You really see that ball spinning, and EJ really commanding and having that scoring drive right there. So, I mean, the Cal football future is bright, especially with those two, and they're both great human beings, great quarterbacks, and great leaders. Yeah, I think, like you said, continually finish drives. That's all we can ask. There's been a couple times that whenever I've been in, my group has gone to the 15, to the 20, to the 3, to the 5 in the past couple of days, and it's all about punching it in. As Coach Blesh talked about in our FBI meeting. We have an FBI meeting like to know more about football intelligence, and it's called the 4-point play. Because the defense stops you there. The defense technically gains 4 points, or they save 4 points there. So we got to win that 4-point play, whether it's 3rd down and goal, or whether it's 4th and 2 from our 10, or whatever the situation be. We got to punch it in, and I take a lot of responsibility on me. But I think through this next week and the 3 weeks before the game, we're going to keep on gradually going up and up and up, especially with us repping the installs, getting the plays more intact, and also our defense that gives us great looks. I think we'll be going really hot into the season and be able to punch those in.